What up, peeps? It's your friendly neighborhood Slipgator here with some Titanfall 2 attrition tips and tricks for noobs. Enjoy the gameplay that I'm playing with Titan super robots, and I'm killing everyone, and it's amazing. I'm gonna tell you about all sorts of stuff, super amazing stuff and things, like how to use the minimap, and don't wander around in the backfield while you're getting your butt kicked by Titans. What is up the world? What is up the world? It is your friendly neighborhood Slipgator here, hanging out today, doing stuff and things with some more Titanfall 2 peeps. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day. Thanks so much for coming to hang out with me today. Make sure if you like the video that you see, please don't forget, show your support and smash that thumbs up button. If you're new and you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well. So I've been playing a lot. I play a ton of Titanfall 2. I play a huge amount of Titanfall 2. It really is my relaxed game. I don't really post a lot of videos of it just because I don't know. I feel like we've been there, done that. So when there's updates and stuff like that, I definitely come out with a video. But sometimes I get it in my mind, I'm thinking about stuff and things, and I'm like, you know what? I need to make a video for the Peeps. You know, we have the Peeps network. I play with the Peeps quite a bit. Maz has started playing. Been giving Maz some tips and tricks, and it's really increases his gameplay. He's like totally got amazing at the game. Like, just a couple of tips that I gave him. I was like, hey, did you know about this? You know about that? He was new to the game, so he didn't know about some stuff. So I definitely helped him out, and it made a difference for him. So I thought that I'd make a little tips and tricks video. It's really kind of an advice video, and this is focusing mainly on like some points that I think for me seem to be pretty obvious, but they're not obvious for everybody. So this is kind of like newbie advice for attrition gameplay. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of a context here, I've got about 2,400 games of Titanfall in, and I think, or no, 2,400 games of Titanfall. I think mostly attrition. There is some live fire stuff and things in there, but mostly attrition gameplay. And out of those 2,400 games, I've come in the top 3 2,000 times. So I have a very high percentage of getting in the top 3. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of a reference as to like why I'm qualified to give you some tips and tricks. I have a 70% win percentage. And the KD, I don't really worry about KD so much. I'm not interested in KD quite as much. I'm more interested in winning games. I think my lifetime KD versus players is like 2.5, and under Titan or with Titans, it's something like near to 6 or 7 or something like that. So I know what I'm talking about. I do a lot of Titanfalling. We do a lot of gameplay. So the first thing that I wanted to tell you guys about that you saw me do in this video already is to switch it up. So if you're very new to the game, try to find like a gun that you're good at, right? So I've been playing with the DMR recently quite a bit. So I've been playing DMR, I've been playing with boosted weapons, and I like it. It's awesome. I have a really good time with that. But in this map, you saw me, when I started off, I was playing with the DMR, and I was having a hard time with it. I wasn't able to play as effectively as I wanted to, so I switched guns. It's something super simple, but I've been seeing teams that I play with just continue to do, like, they'll pick some gun, they'll pick something, they'll try to be doing something with it, and they just can't get any kills. They just can't do what they're trying to do. They can't win. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you're playing this game and you're playing with a certain setup and you have a certain loadout or something that you're trying to do, it's not always going to work on every map. Absolutely, definitely not. I switch up my stuff and things all the time, depending on what I'm playing, what kind of map I'm playing, what kind of team I'm playing against. Right now, you're going to see some pretty terrible NORTHSTAR gameplay because I'm trying to learn NORTHSTAR. And I'm terrible at it. I'm absolutely terrible at NORTHSTAR. I'm not very good at him at all. A lot of people say that he's a garbage Titan, but I'm trying to learn him. I'm trying to get a little bit better with him. And that's kind of another thing too that I wanted to touch on is learn your Titans. So when I first started playing Titanfall, I did what I think a lot of people do and gravitated towards the weapons and Titans that were the most powerful. Now this was before the tone nerf, so I was playing a lot of devotion and I was playing a lot of tone. So as my tastes in Titanfall have matured a bit, I've strayed away from the Devo. I do feel that even after they've nerfed it, it is a bit of an overpowered weapon, so I don't use it. There are some things that I don't use in the game. I don't use shields. I don't use the Devo. I don't really think that Tone is as overpowered as he used to be. But yeah, I just don't really use him. I don't think he's quite as fun. But I definitely recommend that you learn your Titans, either by just experimenting, by playing with them, or watching other people play them. You know, like I was saying about giving some tips and tricks to Maz, Maz had never played really with Legion before because he thought he sucked. And when I first started playing with Legion, I as well thought Legion sucked really, really bad. I was coming from playing with Tone. I was kicking butt with Tone. And when I first moved over to Legion, I was like, this guy doesn't make any sense at all. So I set him up with... Hold on a second. I was just seeing something. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. So I set my Tone up the way that I liked, and I started playing around with it. Just understanding that, like, you can switch from the close range weapon, the close range turret, to your long... What is it even called now? I can't remember. The minigun. So the close range minigun or the long range minigun, being able to switch in betwixt those two things, utilizing your smart core, when to utilize it. And I went from thinking that Legion was like the worst Titan in the game to probably, I feel, one of my stronger Titans. Absolutely. I have the same exact experience with Ion as well. So I played through Tone to G10. I played through Ronin to G10. And then I played through Legion to G10. So I was looking at Scorch and NORTHSTAR and... what's the other guy? Ion. And I was like, I'll play with Ion. I think he sucks, man. I just can't do anything with this guy. Started playing with it, and I feel that now Ion is my favorite Titan of all of them. I'd rather play with him. He's the most versatile in my opinion. He gets stuff done, and he can take out a lot of Titans. Obviously super powerful against the Legion, and a little bit weak in my opinion against probably Ronin. But other than that, I feel like he's an all-around great Titan to use, and an amazing pilot-killing Titan. I can rack up such a high score just versus pilots with an Ion. So, all right, we talked about switching it up, and we talked about learning your Titans. Now, the other thing I kind of want to talk about, and well, we might wait until the next gameplay comes out, but I want to talk about lines as well. So when I play a map, doesn't matter what map it is. So this map is on Colony, but a lot of what Titanfall is about movement. And I think that that's hard for some people to get into. Like, they come from playing different FPSs that don't have quite the same amazing movement that this game does, where you can wall run and double jump and, you know, do all sorts of stuff and things. You're like crazy, super amazing, super marine. But yeah, so lines. So when I play on maps, pretty much I have, like, from the spawn, one or two ways that I walk through or run through the map to get to the enemy at the beginning of each game. Now, I have a strong feeling that a majority, I bet you a good majority, over half of the games that I play that I win, are probably won in the first 2 minutes, really. It's that initial spawn, when you guys come together, the two teams come together, that I get the most kills. So it's definitely something that first line that you take is like a super important thing. So, oh yeah, I forgot to even talk about this thing, this piece here that I was going to touch on. So we'll talk about lines again in a second. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was minion kills. So attrition is a points game, okay? This isn't about getting kills. Well, it is. Kills give you points, but not just kills of Titans and kills of pilots. Killing minions gets you points. And as you can see in this game, I post up a score of 8 kills only, but I get 31 minion kills. 31! And those points are what bring this game. Well, I can't even tell you. I don't think I got 200 points. I haven't seen the score here in a second. It was probably 160. But killing all those minions is kind of what won us the game. So I didn't even have to attack Titans or attack players. Now, it doesn't always work that way. It's not always the best strategy to just go after minion kills, but especially if you're brand new, it's definitely something to think about. You're going to want to think about, you know, focusing on those minion kills. There you can see 107 points. So not a crazy amount. I thought I got way more, but still, leader on the team with all of those minion kills. Pretty FKA. I'm just going to say it right now. So that's something to think about. All right. So we're going to go in this game with the DMR. We're going to switch it up to Ion. Focus. So right. Like I was saying before, pardon me, I've been using the DMR on basically every map, almost exclusively. There's a couple maps that I don't use it on, but pretty much every map I'm using the DMR. So here you can see the line that I'm going to take. So we talked about lines near the end of the last video. So I always take this line every single time. I come up here behind this white screen. I double jump up into this tower right here, and this is where I post up for my initial kills. Now, right here you can see there's normally some people on that rooftop to my left, right there. There aren't any there. Nobody posted up from the enemy team over in that area. But from this vantage point with the DMR, I mean, I can cover almost, I don't know, 60% of the map. We're out of ammo. Come on, man. So you can get a huge advantage. Now you can see the team is already up 47 to 21. We're already up more than double the score of the enemy team. What? I just got KS'd. That's bullcrap, man. So anyway, those initial lines were already up by twice the points. And that lead just rises and rises. So the first lines that you take are important. Now, I'm not saying you need to take my line. I'm not saying you need to use the weapon I'm using. You don't need to use the DMR. You don't need to use the line that I use, but you should have some sort of a line. You should have some sort of a way that you've found to advance on the enemy, the first part of the map, the first part of the game, and really maximize the amount of kills you can get. This little guy down inside of here, all these guys are Heidi McHidertons, man. Super Heidi, super sitting back, and it makes it for like a frustrating game for a sniper. So this is another thing I think I can't remember now. Did we talk about changing it up? Get him, Slipgator. Nailed it, Ace of Games. Oh, so anyway,
Well done, pilot.
I think eventually here in this game, you're gonna see me switch weapons, just because I'm not getting anywhere with the DMR because everybody's sitting and they're hiding. So yeah, right here. So we're gonna go into L-Star mode because if they're gonna all hide inside the buildings and they're gonna sit behind windows and stuff like that, it's way easier for me to get kills if I'm able to move around a little bit. So I'm not just gonna stick with the DMR. I'm not just gonna sit there and use the same weapon that's not working. I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna change. And I'm gonna annihilate these guys in their spawn. So, so change it up if stuff and things aren't working for you. A lot of times for me, again, you don't have to use the DMR, you don't have to use the L-Star. These are just guns that I've been playing with that I've been liking. So I'm playing with them now and trying to learn them, trying to get a little bit better with them. I find the L-Star to be devastating. It is a little bit weird because you have to lead shots a little bit with it, but it's super, super powerful. And you can take out stalkers with it really nicely. Very, very powerful for minion kills as well. And grunts. You can see are crushing these guys. So, all right, we talked about lines. We talked about switching it up. We talked about, oh yeah, there's one other thing that I want to tell you guys about. This is probably like the #1 thing that I see new players making a mistake about. Or there's two things actually, two really, really big ones. One of them is a super, super simple fix that blows my mind that needs to be spoken about, but it evidently does need to be spoken about, and that's the mini-map. So in the upper left-hand corner of this game, there is a mini-map. On that mini-map, the orange are the bad guys. Players are denoted, minions are denoted by a small circle, players are a medium-sized circle, or the largest circle, and then titans are an arrow. So that is a super amazing indicator for you of where the enemy is and what kind of enemy is there. You're only going to see indications of where the enemy is when they fire. I don't know if there's any other things that proc the mini-map other than firing your weapon. I don't know if slides do and stuff and things like that too. But the mini-map is super, super important. Tons of times I see on my team, my Titans, my team, while the enemy's got 4 Titans out and there will be 2 or 3 of us, and my teammates are under Titan and they're wandering around the map like they don't understand where the enemy is, or they're like fighting a grunt way in the corner of the map when they should be out teaming up with the rest of the team, taking out some Titans. That's what the game's all about, right? So it's a team game, obviously. Titans are worth the most points, obviously, so we want to be killing Titans, especially when you're under Titan. So the mini-map is super, super important. If you're unfamiliar with it, learn it. You need to know it. It needs to be like your best friend. I'm constantly checking my mini-map pretty much every time I get a kill. If I feel safe, I look up at the mini-map. I'm trying to take a look at where stuff and things are. I think right now in this game, I'm trying to figure out where the enemy is spawning from. So, yeah. Obviously important to know if the enemy spawns in a different spot or if it changes up as well. All right, so here we go, guys. Last point. I was talking to you guys earlier about, get out of there, Slipgator. I can't even believe it. So I was talking to you guys or just a second ago about Titans being worth the most points in the game. So getting kills is important, but as you saw in the last game, you can win a game by killing minions. So points are super important, and the thing in this game that's worth the most points is Titans, our Titans. So anti-Titan weapons. I can't tell you how many people don't carry anti-Titan weapons, and it blows my mind. So if you're coming from a different game mode, I can understand it. You might have your profile set up so that stuff and things are different for you. and you may not be carrying anti-Titan weapons. In Attrition, I could never imagine playing without them. And right now, since the last update, with the charge rifle with charge hack, got a little bit of an adjustment, you could call it. I don't know if it's necessarily a nerf as much as it is an adjustment. I don't know if the damage was changed, but the way that it fires is physically a little bit different now. So I've moved over to the Archer, and you can choose whatever one you want. I personally feel like the Archer is the most powerful anti-Titan weapon in the game right now, but if you don't want to use it, that's fine. If you want to use charge rifle, charge hack, or whatever you want to use, is fine. But you've got to carry some sort of anti-Titan weapon. And when enemy Titans are on the map, it doesn't matter if you're under Titan or not. You should be attacking those Titans. You've got to make it your #1 priority to crush the enemy team. When they get Titans out, that's the #1 point scoring mechanic that they have, is that they have Titans out. So if you're able to shut those Titans down, that's obviously going to be a huge help to you and your team. So as you can see right here, we've got 3 guys out. Wait, how many Titans do we have out? 5? 4? Anyway, we got a couple guys out here. That Titan spawns in. We all team up on it. Super amazing, as it should be. So when you're under Titan, you always want to be looking for the enemy Titans and trying to help your team out. I don't know. It's hard. Sometimes I split up. Sometimes I might go my own way. If I see that there's 3, say we got 4 Titans out and 3 of them are on our team. The enemy's got 1 guy. I might not rush the enemy. I might go and look for some pilots to kill or something like that to try to clean up some points on the outskirts. But especially if you're new, if you're not sure exactly what's going on, or you're learning a new Titan, there's safety in numbers. So you should be teaming up, obviously, with your team. Not wandering around killing grunts in the corner of the map by yourself or something like that. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. I'm not really sure what else I have for advice for you guys. I mean, I don't think that really things like mouse sensitivity or loadouts are necessarily that important, because it's all personal preference of what you think is the best. But I do feel like finding a line, changing it up if it's not working, making sure you're aware of your minimap situation, and making sure you're aware that you're attacking Titans, not only when you're under Titan, but when you're a pilot as well. If you were to change those, if you're not doing that stuff and you change those things, it's going to make you a way better Titanfall 2 player. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, peeps. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure if you liked the video, please don't forget to show your support and smash the thumbs up button. Feel free to share and favorite the videos you see fit. May the stuff and things be with you.
Pilot, you almost have your Titan. Keep fighting. It is in your best interest to stop their evacuation.